It was Fallout. Oh yeah, Fallout 1. I want to do the Master Lore. I didn't really get into him as much.
The unity will bring about the master race.
Master!
One able to survive, or even
Thrive.
in the wasteland. As long as there are differences, we will
Tear ourselves apart!
fighting each other. We need one race,
Race!
one goal,
Goal!
one people to move forward to our destiny.
The Holy Flame, Dark God, Father of Hope. These are just a few of the many names given to the Master, but he wasn't always this way. Before the Great War, a boy by the name of Richard Maro escaped what appeared to be the end of the world, surviving Armageddon inside one of Vault-Tech's great underground shelters. His time inside of Vault 8 would have been heaven compared to the horrors of the post-nuclear world, the giant mutated creatures, deadly levels of radiation, and bloodthirsty raiders seeking to fulfill their sadistic fantasies. Yet, there must have been trouble in paradise, as Richard was accused of murder and exiled from the vault. However, the details surrounding the crime remain a mystery. Banished from his home, Richard travelled south towards the coast and changed his name from Moreau to Grey in the hopes of starting a new life away from those who knew him. After a long journey, Richard found his calling at the Hub, a newly founded trading centre and settlement almost 400 miles away. With a new name and a new home, Richard quickly became one of the city's doctors, and for a time, things were normal. Surprisingly, Richard was well liked by the community, quickly becoming good friends with most of the city's inhabitants. But one friendship stood above the rest. Harold, a caravan master and fellow wandering vault dweller from Vault 29, was one of Richard's, if not only true friend. Through their common background of life inside a vault, and the struggles of having to begin again gave them a connection most others didn't have. And this is where his story could have ended, if not for the ill-fated expedition to the military base that is Mariposa. Over the years, gangers, scavengers, and worst of all, mutated creatures had crept into the area and quickly became a scourge on the Hub, causing caravan masters, including Harold, to spare no expense on armed guards in order to continue trading. But this was hemorrhaging money, and it was only—
Yeah, bro, Harold. That is crazy as fuck. I do want to do a Harold lore after this one, because Harold is also, like, his lore is insane as well.
Only a matter of time before essential trade routes were deemed unreliable. So Harold, now concerned with his caravan outfit, went to Richard with a proposition to act as the group's doctor while they tracked down the source of the mutants and put an end to them. Being Harold's friend, he accepted, and together, along with Francine and Mark, two others that Harold trusted, they set off in search of the—
Yeah, the Lone Wanderer. And both of them, technically speaking, like in Fallout 3, you meet Harold, he knew the Master. You, Fallout 1, you fuck with Harold, oh, you met the Master. Even Lily, if you were in Fallout New Vegas, Lily. I don't know how Fallout 4 works with the Master, though. Bro, the Master's too hyped up. I need them to make a fucking DLC or something with him in it. Like, they have to make something, bro. There needs to be a mod or something where Harold's in it.
Mutants' home, and found it.
I mean, the Master.
Northwest of the Hub, deep into the Californian Central Valley. What happened to these other three is a story for another time, but deep inside the base, beyond waves of mutants and still functioning robots, a crane struck Richard, knocking him unconscious and into a vat of FEV. FEV being an artificial virus with the ability to force changes to an organism's genes and observable traits. Richard miraculously awoke before the green slime, as he called it, could drown him. Pulling himself to safety, he crawled to the control room and waited to die. The pain he was in was excruciating.
Yeah, they remade it,
his
bro.
Troubled mind,
it's over with.
He began writing a diary. One of the first things he wrote about was his friend, Harold, and how he must have been killed, otherwise he would have helped him by now. We of course know that Harold hadn't been killed and had instead escaped the facility. Richard was now alone, wrecked with pain and slowly changing. In time, the pain subsided, yet he was unable to walk, and now his skin festered and peeled, bubbling in certain areas and expelling a green mucus-like substance. But at least the pain was now tolerable. The killer robots had also been hacked and shut off, meaning for the time being he was safe, but still he continued to change. Dragging his body from the control room, he passed out from exhaustion and awoke feeling stronger. Now he was able to walk, although toddle would have been more accurate, and things around him seemed to be getting smaller. Soon he found himself eating rats, but not by choice. Without knowing how or why, a tendril would spring from his stomach and envelop the creatures. Pulling them in, his body would open and the creature would be absorbed.
Damn.
He learned that he could feel its mind, although he was unsure if that was real, as he was unable to determine a distinguishable difference between reality and hallucination. He felt insane. Maybe he was. Maybe he was still lying beside the vat of
if they actually, like, that's also a thing I think with Fallout 1 and 2 is that they could only speak on it. I don't think they could even recreate it. Maybe, and that's also probably why in the show they couldn't, like, because in my opinion, they should set it back to where this shit's fucking deep and dark and shit. Lore of the Master, Frank Horrigan at all. But we'll probably get into the New Vegas shit. Honestly, I just want to see Legions. Because the next thing up that I find is interesting is with the with Caesar and fucking Volpez. Like, the Legion is very fucking, like, that's why I love New Vegas though, because it does have, like, it has like the elements of 1 and 2 in it, where the shit's like dark as hell. Like, some areas of it are just fucking nuts. And to be able to see people like crucified and shit and like beheaded or whatever, all types of shit would be insane, like, in the show. I think it's too happy though. Like, the show needs to get into some dark elements. Like, it's going to soon.
He needed to relocate before the opportunity to do so was taken from him. He decided to split his force. One half would continue to capture and convert humans under the leadership of the lieutenant. The other would seek out a new home, a unification center where he could reside, a place where he could feed and grow until peace and unity had been brought to California. While searching for a new home, Unity came across a group of cultists led by an ex-Ripper named Morpheus. Morpheus was brought to the Master and at the promise of power decided to cooperate, acting as the...
Yeah, that's also a thing too, is it's definitely gonna confirm the lore. Like, when you look into